So yep, it should be fackelbrigade.eu 27100. But why would you even want to be on STV when you could be watching the stream, listening to the commentary, getting the full Team Fortress TV experience? You should head over to teamfortress.tv. That is the hub website for the global competitive scene. Lots of players there from North America and Europe mainly, I suppose, but seems to be cementing itself as the place to go for your competitive news. You can find some recent articles I wrote there on the ETF2L Season 17 pre-season, and as well an announcement about an upcoming event, the Team Fortress TV and Zoe Invitational number 2. The North Americans had their turn back in December. Now it's the turn of Europe. We're going to be bringing the best 8 teams. The team that wins this round robin tonight will actually be the 8th team, plus the other 7 Prem teams, and we're going to be playing all day on Sunday from 15 CET. It's going to be myself, Commander X, and Pookie for 5 to 6 hours. Could you imagine a better way to spend your Sunday? I don't think so.
I can't.
You're
But
going
at
to
least
play?
I get a mouse.
That's going to be even better.
Yeah, I'm going to play that.
Oh, you get a mouse? You've already won. I like that champion mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. The Zoe mice are really good. I don't need a new headset, so that's something as well. I don't know if we're going to win. I didn't say we're going to win. I'm confident, but I'm also just looking forward to that kind of tournament because we were a bit missing that at the moment, right? There was a dry period of no cups basically for a while, as far as I remember. I don't know if there was one last season when I wasn't really playing, but I don't know.
I can't remember the last time there was like a cup that wasn't ETF2L. I suppose we had ESEA, the league, but it could be a long time. It might be as far back as ESA Gamer back in the summer. Honestly, that's the only one that comes to mind in Europe anyway, but we're sort of riding on the coattails of North America here. They managed to do this sweet deal with Zoe, and now we get to benefit from it. So thank you, Enigma. Thank you, Team Fortress TV. We'll try and put on a good show.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Fragnad.
Yeah, but I suppose we should shout out. We're not trying and bias it too much here. Of course, TT eSports are sponsoring this new season of ETF2L, as on top of an anonymous donation for the Premiership prize pool. It's going to be €1,000 up for grabs there, as well as lots of TT eSports hardware. So feel free to tweet them. I wish I knew what their Twitter was. Maybe Canfo or somebody black will magically appear in the Twitch chat and tell us. But let these sponsors know that TF2 appreciates it. Sure, we're small, but we appreciate anything they choose to give us. Any sort of partnership they want to form, encourage that. Let them know.
Shout out to TT and Canfo. Canfo is actually working as a TT sales manager in Hamburg, in the city I live in now. So it's a good relationship between ETF2L and TT Esports as a esports gear supplier and producer, I guess.
Yeah, we should give credit as well to gentleman John, who's been doing work behind the scenes on that promotional aspect. Some things that ETF2L has brought out, like in recent months, that partnership program where if you're buying things off eBay or Amazon, various other online retailers, if you use the links provided by ETF2L, a tiny percentage, they get almost like a finder's fee, and that's something I've always forget to do. I've definitely bought at least 2 or 3 things off Amazon since then. But now that I've said it, it'll be in your mind, guys. Next time you're shopping online, think about ETF2L. We're going live though ups here for this ETF2L Season 17 powered by TT Esports Premiership Qualifier. It's the last and final one. It's Fenneks versus Decerto. What's happening on middle?
I'm not in the game yet.
I am though. I'm watching Zub jump up late onto the nipple, but it's actually Kalari who bombs high over his head and dies. Slate, the Decerto rumor also fell there, and the health looks poor for Fenneks right now, but they might be able to just force Decerto onto the floor. Sucker has been forced down to the floor with 20 HP, but Skeege turned around to realise he was the only man alive, and after his scout Delzik went in and died, Skeege turned around, ran for the choke. Sheepy followed him all the way, put a ruthless shot between the shoulder blades, then killed Sickless as well. Sheepy with a late 2k there that'll just bust the door wide open here onto last tips.
Oh, Kalari finds Zub, so that's soldier for soldier trade. Hits Sucker with a nice rocket, damages Kratos a bit, but I don't think that's going to hurt them too much. I mean, do you think Decerto is going to wait for Sucker for Zoop to respawn? They're actually going for the double scout against that Pyro. That's good, but these scouts are really not doing what they're supposed to do, so fail Uber alert. Whatever's happening now is going to be really dripping.
Wow! Skeege just went ham, straight across, jumped across from right to left, chased Skeege into the spawn door, double scattergun action there. I can't believe they got that pick, and this might just have won them this round.
Wow. Yeah, that was sick. A sick frag. Did they still, after that Uber, stay together and focus the same target? Because Skeege must have died in the blink of a second. Skeege is actually going for the Uberso kill on that demo man, going down to 60 HP, so...
Didn't get it.
There's a lot up to stakes right now, so I wouldn't play as aggressive if I'm Skeege. So, really risky play.
Hasn't been building here. He went down during that to Sickless. So even though they did chase down Skeege, they didn't have the heals to sort of continue the push, and eventually went for it and failed. Right now though, it is Medigun versus Medigun. There's only 15% in it. Could be enough to push off, but Skeege has just lost 2 players with Clar and the Stig, aka Delzik, going down. Zoop comes in from behind, finds Skeege with the shotgun. Medics laying left, right and centre. So far this is an action-packed final round to this round robin.
That's really, I think Skeege is also one of the factors in the game, in that team, that can affect the comms a lot. Like if Skeege keeps on dying, he's one of their main callers and the play callers, and if he keeps dying, that's actually going to slow them a lot more down than if just a healing medic that has no part in calling is going down, you know?
Kalari doing a few rocket jumps here, just showing himself. Gets a little buff. They're trying to find frags at Big Door and cap the Spire. There's a headshot though from Garbage, aka GF18, and with those 3 picks they'll be able to defend their own CP2 and push ahead. I said cap, but they needed just to defend it.
Are they actually, they're still pushing, yeah, they have mid now under control. Oh, the sucker dropped to the sniper of Simray Garbage, so I have no idea who that actually is.
It's GF18.
Okay, GF18, and Skeege almost has shots. He's down to 16 HP, 19, but he got bombed by Zoop, I think, in the end, and that sniper took down Zoop. So they can push now, slowly making their way through the main, and they're just going to cap off second here. Yeah, that's really, we see a more high-paced game than we saw before.
He gets forced. Nobody
Slayed
paying
again.
attention. I think he was above choke and then jumped in.
Oh, okay.
Nobody was looking behind.
That sniper again doing work. He's taking down his soldier so far. And now if they can get the pyro, that's going to be vital as well. Scout place point, drawing people's attention there, but they can't really spam it at the moment. Kratos actually in Riverside, pushing now into the point as well. Sickless, sorry, not Kratos. They make it work. They find the frags there with Klar and Kalaris and the stick.
The GF18 secret weapon here, we hadn't seen him snipe in the previous games to any great effect anyway. I don't think he sniped at all, but now turning that around 5 minutes gone on the timer here as we come into the second middle of the game. It's going to be a pretty standoffish start here from Decerto, all playing on their own half, and Fenneks are going to emulate them. Oh, Clary bombs in, finds a rocket on 60 HP. He's down to 14, escape it at Big Door, but meanwhile the fight continues on middle. They see Kalari running for their life, and Decerto take that as their cue to push across with superior numbers, and they're finding frags here.
They're really aggressive still on the combo. Crits popped for a second here by the sucker. Skeege, yeah. And the sucker is holding on. He doesn't even have charge yet. So unfortunate timing. That's why they were staying that close with the demo and choke, but that also cost them their lives in the end. So Decerto, they want to have that round back that they just lost. They want to equalize again. Top right scout push. We've seen it before. Let's see what they can do this time. They're chasing. They should try to get that demo in Riverside. They're going for the heavy on the point. They can't take him down. Still there. And there are 3 people on the point. Look at the setup of the red players. Skeege is getting taken down by Zoo. Skeege really has to overthink his positioning at the moment, and there's still a heavy fight going on the point. Look at the HP of the Simray players. They're falling now all one by one, and they're like separated from each other. They can't find frags together. No real spam crossfire happening, but the heavy is still there. So Kalari and Klar just found 2 frags and made that a nice hold in the end. That was really messy. Yeah, exactly. The heavy on 5 HP for a while. So I think they were a bit too impressed by that heavy staying alive. They thought he's maybe a bit healthier because there was no real Russian happening for him. Slay's getting taken down in the flank next to his sniper. No, he actually made it out. Razor's Edge here on 40 HP, retreating into choke. So Decerto again on the back foot. They're not really good on these last pushes at the moment with the 2 scouts not working out.
Oh, Sickness jumps forward on a stick. He finds a couple on top of the nipple of the point there. Gets launched skywards. He's super weak. He's trying to stay in this middle, but he has to wait for heals here. Now he can come forward and control space on the choke. He's up against the combo of Decerto though, who have their charge. Skis doesn't have his yet. If Zub wants to push here, he can crush face, but he's down to a 4-second window. It's going to fail, and Skis will get it just in time. They missed an opportunity there, Ips.
They're playing, they want to play the frag strat basically with their sniper being with them in choke, and they want to make room for him on the flank or here in between the main combo. And look, he's just peeking aggressive now. Headshot on the soldier. That soldier's down to 70 because Skeech has nice buffs on his players now that they know a sniper's on the field. So this is a stalemate situation par excellence at the moment.
This is like, if you're Fenneks right now, just go smash the big door. There's 2 easy frags there. Kalari just found Slate. He's going to get a second. Kalari doing it single-handedly here.
Wow.
Ubers are being traded off at the same time, but the flank battle has been won by Fenneks. Just Kalari with good timing and maybe a little bit of rookie mistakes that are coming in on the flank of Decerto, but Fenneks have come out ahead here. They control middle. They're about to take control of CP4, and only 2 players on the field here. Slate and Razor's Edge. Will Slate make some magic happen?
Coming in on the distraction of his German scout partner there. Razor's Edge is falling back into last, but they can't really pull it off. They have nice spam into main right now. Slate, spam main. They're behind you. They need you on last, bro. Get back there and spam. He's now rotating. He's right on top of them, so he can do a lot of damage, but gets juggled unluckily. Still managed to do a lot of damage to the convoy and keeping them out of the last. Almost a bit of a misplay by him. Did you see that? He wanted to go into lobby and find frags there, but the enemy team pushed in last underneath him, so it was good that he came back to help him.
Yeah, I saw Fenneks pushing from main without Uber. I mean, like, a lot of teams seem to like to push main. Even Epsilon did it a lot, but if you don't have charge, you're just going to take so much damage there if you're not Ubering in. That seemed to be the undoing of their push, but Uber has come in here on CP4, a force actually. They've got 1 frag from it, make that 2 frag.
2 bus. The demo and the soldiers, so they can't really push out of last at the moment. If they trade these Ubers, it's not going to be good. They're just going to get outrun. And actually, Garbage is going into last from the main. He has a scout on last with him, so they're now going to double team that heavy together with the soldier on last. It's a really questionable call. You're 2 heavy classes down and you push out of your last. You have 20 minutes on the clock. You don't need to rush it like this. And now they're 2 runs down.
Yeah, it was like a 4-man forward hold. You just don't have enough players to cover all the entrances. They got punished rightfully. So Kratos rolling out to choke. He's going to start putting spam on to his opposite number here, Sickless, and he's at least creating an opportunity here for his team. Will Decerto be able to capitalise on this? Everybody from Fenneks is trying to move up right side, but they've all taken a lot of damage, and Siege is unwilling to push up there on 100. They have earned 2 frags against Decerto though for the trouble just by waiting it out down there. But again, I think a missed opportunity from Decerto. They should have been able to follow up on
Trader's damage on lamps, yeah. They need jumpers on the left side when the enemy is walking through the choke point on the far left, this little doorway. But they're really stuck up in their own one-on-ones on the point right now. The coordination, the concept is missing there behind their place. And Skeech has actually taken a lot of area in main here already. And Clark finds the frag on Razor's Edge, who seems to be lagging a bit. Look at Clark, he's doing a lot of work on top finding scouts. And there's an Uber versus Uber battle going on. But Skeech is going down here in Big Door. Look at him. Kratos finding a lot of frags and doing a lot of damage together with his soldiers there. Yeah, do you see that Razor's Edge is typing on the server's damn lag? So he is having some technical issues here right now. Kalari can't make it work. But the sniper takes down his sucker. He's just standing on the point. Oh my god, the sucker! What is going on? And yeah, they cap mid. They have huge disadvantage. It's going to be like 40% disadvantage by the time that the sucker actually connects with his pocket, who is Zupa. He's waiting in front spawn, so it's going to be 30%, not 40.
That's sad to see, man. That was like a really strong piece of play there from Decerto's combo, able to hold choke and big door at the same time, just with Kratos and Zub effectively, but the sucker just a momentary lapse of concentration, dies on middle to a sniper shot when he could have been standing behind the point, and now they're still 2 rounds down and the clock's ticking down here. It's 18 minutes left, but this is frustrating for them.
Yeah, Decerto gave up mid just for free now. I know they had no heals and the enemy had heals, but they should still try to spam it, like maybe find a frag or 2. You can still, with good coordination, have good spam and find scouts or whatever. So they're playing too safe at the moment with the Uber. They forced the Uber very early. The sucker! Ah, he's not down. Oh, that's Sniper and Big Boy is doing so much work. He gets 2 frags. He won them that whole Uber trade. Look at that. They Ubered later, but they can now recycle with having this soldier and the demo man on top. Why is the demo man not in? Like, Sickness is losing them this whole trade right now. Now he goes in. Ah, well, that is really, really messy right now. Clara him just like, yeah, sat in the balcony section there, having a good time together, looking at each other and not joining the party in front of the choke, and they actually lost that now. They were just missing the damage. Do you see that?
Yeah, maybe Fenneks a little bit overconfident as well. I saw Skis going in for a couple of Uber saw swings there, like in a situation where he wasn't going to get out. I mean, fair enough if it's a pickup, but if you're playing here in a match for your Premiership life, might be wise to try and stay alive in those situations, but it worked out alright for his team. They haven't lost middle, and the Uber battle is neck and neck. So what do I know, Ibs?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Did I drop? Hello?
Oh no. Just letting that hang in the air so everybody knows that I know nothing.
Well, we have a drive push fight going on second. Fenneks just muscled it in basically again with the heals that they had before the Decerto, and they took the second point of them with relative ease. They even traded 3 frags for 1 frag on Kalari, and they have 100% advantage going into the upper balcony here right now. They're pushing into Riverside, so I think they will be pushing relatively soon. They have a heavy on last, the Blues with a Pyro and the Sniper, all clumped up on the top left side really, from the defender's perspective. And there comes the push to main. Distraction came in from Riverside, so people are really oblivious to what was actually going on. And again, they can find that, if they can find that heavy frag, they basically won this last tour already, or this last push. Sick is just walking over the stickies here of the blue demo man. Kratos doesn't really have the trigger finger ready to just detonate him, or he wanted to delay that as fast as possible to get the most damage out of it, but actually missed his opportunity to defend the point through that.
Right now, Fenneks are in the ascendancy, 3 rounds up, 15 minutes to go, and unless Decerto can get 4 rounds back here, I think it's looking grim for Lethal Weapon. They'll be going down to Division 1. Fenneks will be your Premiership team, but on to this middle.
There are the jumpers this time. The jumpers are coming in on the left side, and they don't find the frags. Both soldiers jumped on the left side on Sickless and on the left side from their perspective on Sickless and the medic, but Sickless actually just sneaking past the combo, taking out 3. What?
No problem.
Oh my god. Oh my god, like Team Blue had that, they had them separated and pushed out of the higher ground there. They should have just sticking them away and kept them there, but they turned into the wrong direction and let them back in. Maybe good coordination by Fenneks because they had to play a distraction from the back. Sniper on top on to Sickless, actually still sniping him. Who's that? Razor's Edge turning back or coming back into last now. He will probably off class as something that can actually tank an Uber charge, because that's what they have to deal with very soon. Uber versus non-Uber situation. The sucker on 40% right now. 2 scouts, double scout, Uber into main, onto the demo, perfectly executed, and there will one of them or 2 of them will play on the point, baiting everyone towards them, and the scouts just disappear into what? Look at this, and the other scout coming back out now, and they're just doing this so big. Look at that, that was brilliant. That was really good.
Yeah, it looks like they're finding their stride, and Decerto are looking distraught here, man. They are struggling to compose themselves in the face of a 4-round deficit. The next round, this is match point effectively for Fenneks. We play to a win difference of 5 here in Europe, so if this middle goes badly, it could be all she wrote for Decerto and for Lethal Weapon, sorry. But on this middle, the scouts of Decerto are playing around the point. They're playing quite passively as the rest of their team roll up on the right hand side, but just the timing seemed to be perfect there as everybody from Decerto was coming through. The bombs came in, so much damage in that tiny choke point, but it turned into a bit of a death match. melee here. Skeege goes down in the midst of that. Zub on 2 HP should surely be cleaned up as long as Sickness and GF18 weather this storm. They're both so weak though, and Slate may actually be the one who cleans up. He's got the more health than these guys combined right now.
Well, he will be taken down. So look at his position. If the scout on mid plays it right, then he should be taken down because he's 29 HP. They let him out of choke. Well, okay. Slate surviving there is good, but it's not going to matter much. I think Skeech is going to feel really compelled just holding mid here. I don't know. He has disadvantage. He will not dry push this. He will not risk anything. And they're actually just spamming in the choke at the moment.
Yeah, it's turned into a little bit of a stalemate, but really, Decerto need to take this bull by the horns, start making plays. They have an uber advantage right now, that's why they're going to wait for that. And there are a few frags here at choke. Clara and Sickless, they're probably going to jump out in fairness, but the sucker is wise enough not to uber immediately. There's a soldier coming from drop down though, it's Kalari on the flank. He's just walking forward here, gets spot out eventually, dodges an air shot but can't damage the sucker enough to force the pop. Skeege and his team have bought enough time for him to get his own uber charge up at the expense of the roamer, so that's pretty much what they were hoping for. An early uber here though, they've lost track and they're going to go into a situation where Skeege might have the advantage, but it looks like a pause Ips.
Yeah. Doesn't look too good still for... Look at the pipe in front of Kratos. Do you see the red pipe?
Oh yeah.
Floating in the air, and do you see his HP?
Doesn't look good. Razor's Edge is going to catch it. His brother's going to catch it and kill him.
Someone is going to get fucking wrecked any second. Sorry for swearing. Sorry for my profanity. Numlock told me to be a professional on stream. Maybe his medic also is going to flash him, but it's the sucker, so he's probably not going to flash him, and they will lose their demo here in choke. Let's go over to the flank at the moment. We have Klar sitting deep in the big door together with the stick, aka GF18, as far as I remember, being ready to push into mid behind that failed Uber of Team Blue. On mid, it's she looking into big door, so it's one scout. They could easily just 2-on-1 that guy. It doesn't look good for Team Blue. I don't know. I'm not convinced that this is going to turn out for them. Turn out good for them.
Alright, just messaged Skeeze there to see was it a pause, and he says yes, it wasn't their decision. The match is already so delayed, it was like 20 minutes late. He is cussing them out. I wonder, is it a tactical pause or Decerto plotting some huge comeback here? We won't know, but as this fight continues, it is back to loggerheads here, a little bit of a stalemate.
Are we on pause?
We are.
What happened to Kratos then?
I didn't see.
He's alive.
He survived.
Wow. That's unfortunate. What was the reason for the pause?
Nobody said. It's
Okay.
a Decerto pause.
Slate is in, they're just dry pushing now. Decerto is doing the right thing, not waiting for Ubers, and Slate is doing a lot of distraction work, but the soldiers of Clark actually finding Slate, the stick finding Zook here slows them down a bit. Is Zook back up? Oh, my HUD is just broken, sorry.
5 down, Skeege getting paced.
Oh! Huge pipes by Kratos. Kratos finding Skeech there. So, was that a tactical pause maybe? That was maybe one of those Ips pauses, I don't know, I don't like that guy calling for these
We won't know when the pause was. I'll see the chat soon, I guess.
Well, maybe now. I guess now, any second. We're like a minute in.
Soldier skip jumps into a heavy weapons guy. Slate not so lucky that time.
And Fenneks recovering from that whole that whole wipe there from choke and from the second point. Well, Fenneks just decided just giving them the frags. So there's the pause. Coming in. Nothing really set why. Yeah, no one knows. Maybe they don't know. They don't want us not to know it. They really don't know why they're paused as well, I guess. The sucker with disadvantage, 40%, 30%, but the sucker goes down. Kalari again, really good this whole match to the last couple of maps, finding the medic of the
but he's in deep on Skeege though. Skeege on 6, he will not survive that one. Zib gets him, and I think Slate was there to follow up as well. Or was it
Kratos is in Victor, but Garbage is behind him. Kratos has no idea what. Oh! Kratos oblivious to sound. He can't hear the scout coming for him, so that was really unfortunate. But they take it with humor. Nice sportsmanship. They can laugh about that frag. And that scout actually
he continues.
does the drop down jump and takes down the sucker. That was huge play. Who's that again?
That's GF18 going huge there.
GF18 has a Premiership recruitment post open out now, so if you need a good scout, pick that guy up. I saw it recently on ETF2L. Meanwhile, backhab ×4 soldier with paint train and a scout trying to backhab that. They're buying a lot of time for the people on mid to come into the choke, but the follow-up is not there because Sucker is now arriving in the enemy choke, so by the time everyone had just Grest there is going to get taken down, and if Sucker stays too close, he is dead as well, but they retreat wisely, so...
Yeah, Kratos walked in there and saw a lot of red players with their backs to him, but just didn't do enough damage with those stickies. I mean, maybe a sort of out-and-out deathmatch demo man like War might have got a 5-man there or something, but Kratos unable to deliver the goods.
Wow. Yeah, keep on going.
There's a bomb in right now from Zub. Does get the force after sort of prolonged battle there. Skeege was down to 50, felt the need to pop his Demoman. Cyclist super weak as well.
Slade overextends with 51 HP only. Thinks he can just kite that scout, the stick finding him. So the scouts for Fenneks, they're really... you know, these were the guys that played without heals and mids. They always find their Fenneks on their own. So they're really surprising me right now. They're surprisingly strong.
Yeah, it was just about that recruitment post of GF18. Was that sort of a threat to his team? Is he going to stay now that they look like they're going to go to Prem?
I don't know. What's he about to leave them?
Time will tell. I think that was potentially on the cards.
Behind. Killari finding a threat behind, and he's called. I don't know. It's that's the situation we saw before. Killari again behind, and they just leave one scout to him. He will retreat again to the Mega, as I call it. Being behind them now, fully HP, and he will flank that Demoman. That Demoman is oblivious to his presence and gets completely shut down of the mid, and he gets taken down. So Killari doing work as well together with Clara. They really found their groove right now, and they really know how to play together. I'm really surprised by the level of synergy that they show at the moment.
Yeah, man, the KK combo looking good right there. But it seems like the Decerto are just sort of we're gonna roll over and die. The last few engagements haven't been too good, but it's Fenneks are really troubling themselves with their last push. There's a Slate coming in on the flank there, gets damage I think onto. No, didn't even get any damage onto Skeege.
Not really. I think he damaged like a scout. And Skeege has 90%. They don't even bother building right now. They're buffing up everyone. It's going to be a top right push Demoman scout any second. And Zoop gets taken out before, so they will maybe play for that medic now. They're overextended. And the point play will have to come in any second. The point play is not going to come in. They're not stuck in their spawn. They can get out there. They have one soldier playing on the point. It's Killari doing work, a lot of damage, and the scout just steps in and caps it off. GG.
That's gonna be it right there.
It's through, right? That's it.
Yeah, man. Fenneks
in Premiership.
A decisive 5-0. I think we'll look at the logs, and I'll try and get Skeege in here to see what the mood is in the team right now, how they're feeling, what's the future hold for our 8th and final Premiership team. Very interesting there, Ips. Did not expect that.
Yeah, that was a good game. Do you want to get one of both teams in? I don't know. I always feel bad if I just get one party in.
I don't want to hear what the losers have to say. Let's bring in.
We can rub it in.
Skeege.
Okay.
There's the logs, man. Check these logs out. Talk about the logs. I'll organize an interview.
Let me open the log. Okay, the logs. Top damage. Kratos. Surprising for getting 5 out. He put out 100 more damage than Sickless, 20 to 16 stats in the middle of the scoreboards frag wise, but then you have it, there's the deciding factor. If you look at the damage, Sickless, Garbage, Killari and Kla all coming after that one demo, so you have one heavy class against 4 other classes in terms of damage there on the scoreboard, and they're really dominating in terms of damage. Yeah, making some really outstanding plays, and the stick actually, besides having these clutch moments in the end, has really low damage, 4,500 damage on 23 minutes round of Gully Wash. That's not a lot, but he redeemed himself by just being that clutch. If you remember that medic pick through drop down and being behind Kratos when he was sticking, being oblivious of the presence of the scout behind him in big door. So surprising. I'm really surprised by that. I would have thought that Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give Zoop too much slack, but he played 2020. Oh, I think we found one of the factors here. If you look at the logs of Slate, he went 7-26, so that's for Romer and Gullywash. Yeah. No,
He had a lot
Premiership
less
win.
freedom than they did
So
against Lethal Weapon, like where he
yeah,
had a lot of
exactly.
openings.
Yeah, Lethal
Maybe
Weapon always
Ski
gave him
saw
that.
that. We can ask him.